Hi guys! Tonight, I'm going to have dinner at a restaurant by myself. I have eaten at restaurants before, but this is the first time I'm going to do everything in English. I feel a little nervous, but I'm also excited. I look through the window and see people talking and eating. The restaurant looks busy, but not too crowded. So I take a deep breath and walk inside. A host smiles at me and asks, "How many people are in your party?" Party? I know that a party is a celebration with music, food, and friends. But I'm not here for a celebration, I'm just here for dinner. I ask, "Sorry, what does party mean?" He explains that, in a restaurant, a party is the group of people eating together. Oh, now I understand. I'm alone, so I say, "It's just me. A table for one, please." The host smiles and says, "Of course. Follow me." As I walk behind him, I repeat the new meaning in my mind. Tonight, I'm a party of one. The host takes me to a small table near the window and gives me a menu. I sit down, put my bag beside my chair, and open it. A server comes to the table, gives me a glass of water, and says, "Take your time." Take my time? For a second, I think she is talking about the time on my phone, but then she walks away and gives me space to look at the menu. I understand from the situation that "take your time" means I do not need to hurry. That is good, because the menu is longer than I expected. A few minutes later, the server returns and asks, "Can I get you something to drink?" I see lemonade, iced tea, soda, coffee, and sparkling water. I decide to order lemonade. "I'd like a lemonade, please," I say. She asks, "With or without ice?" "With ice, please." When she leaves, I smile. So far, everything is going well. I have already learned two useful expressions, party and take your time. Now, I look at the first section of the menu. It says, appetizers, appetizers. I have seen this word before, but I am not completely sure what it means. Under it, I see garlic bread, onion rings, soup, and mozzarella sticks. They all look like small dishes. When the server brings my lemonade, I ask, "Excuse me, what is an appetizer?" She explains that an appetizer is a small dish people usually eat before the main meal. Now it makes sense. It is something you eat at the beginning. The garlic bread looks delicious, but I do not want to eat too much, so I continue reading. There are burgers, pasta dishes, grilled chicken, salads, and fish. There are so many choices that I cannot decide. When the server comes back, I ask, "What do you recommend?" She tells me that the grilled chicken sandwich is very popular. Recommend means to suggest something because you think it is good. That is a useful word when you do not know what to choose. The grilled chicken sandwich sounds good, but I want to know what else is included. I ask, "What does it come with?" The server tells me it comes with fries and a pickle. The fries do not actually travel with the sandwich. Come with means they are included as part of the meal. I notice a small salad next to another sandwich. Can I have a salad instead of fries? I ask. The server says yes. Instead of means I want one thing in place of another. I want the salad, not the fries. Then she asks, which side would you like? Side? I look to my left and then to my right. What kind of side does she mean? She points to the choices, fries, salad, vegetables, or rice. Oh, a side is a small portion of food served with the main dish. I'd like the salad as my side, please. I say, now I understand 3 more restaurant expressions. Come with, instead of, and side. The server asks, are you ready to order? This time I am ready. Yes, I'd like the grilled chicken sandwich with a salad, please. Then she asks, what kind of dressing would you like? Dressing? I know that dressing can mean clothing, but that meaning does not make sense here. I look at the salad section and see ranch, Italian, and balsamic vinaigrette. Oh, I see. Salad dressing is the sauce you put on a salad. Balsamic vinaigrette, please, I say. The server repeats my order. So that's 1 grilled chicken sandwich, a salad instead of fries, and balsamic dressing. Is that correct? I listen carefully and say, yes, that's correct. Repeating the order gives me a chance to make sure there are no mistakes. Before she leaves, I add, I'd also like the tomato soup. She writes it down, takes the menu, and walks toward the kitchen. I feel proud. I have ordered a complete meal in English. A few minutes later, the tomato soup arrives. The server places it in front of me and says, careful, the bowl is very hot. I thank her and wait before tasting it. The soup is warm, creamy, and delicious. When I finish it, the server brings my sandwich and salad. Everything looks wonderful, but there is one problem. I do not see the balsamic dressing. I wait until the server looks in my direction. Then I say, excuse me, could I have the balsamic dressing, please? She looks at the table and says, oh, I'm sorry, I'll bring it right away. A moment later, she returns with the dressing. While I am eating, she comes back and asks, how is everything? For a second, I wonder if she is asking about my whole life, but I quickly understand that she is asking about the food and the service. Everything is great. Thank you, I say. The sandwich is juicy, the salad is fresh, and I am becoming more confident with every conversation. The sandwich is larger than I expected. I eat a little more than half, but then I start to feel full. The server sees that I have stopped eating and asks, are you all finished? Yes, I say, but could I have a to-go box? I have heard to go when ordering food to take away, so I can guess the meaning. A to-go box is a container for the food I want to take home. The server brings me a box, and I place the rest of my sandwich inside. Then she asks if I would like dessert. The chocolate cake looks tempting, but I am too full. No, thank you, I say. Could I have the check, please? The check? I know that a check can be a piece of paper used to pay money, but here it means the paper that shows what I ordered and how much I need to pay. In some countries, people say bill instead. In this restaurant, the server uses check. She brings it to the table and I look at the total carefully. The server asks, "Will you be paying with cash or card?" "By card, please," I answer. She brings a card machine and I follow the instructions on the screen. Then I see a question about the tip. Tip? I know that tip can mean a useful piece of advice. But at a restaurant in the United States, a tip is extra money you leave for the server. The service was friendly and helpful, so I choose an amount and complete the payment. I put my card away, take my to-go box, and stand up. Before leaving, I say thank you. Everything was delicious. The server smiles and says, "Have a good evening." When I walk outside, I feel different from when I arrived. At first, I was nervous about eating alone in an English-speaking restaurant. Now, I feel much more confident. Tonight, I learned that a party can mean a group of diners. I learned to take my time, ask for an appetizer, request a recommendation, ask what a meal comes with, choose a side, replace one thing instead of another, select salad dressing, request a to-go box, ask for the check, and leave a tip. I did not know all these expressions when I entered the restaurant, but I learned them one by one because I needed them. Now, the next time I eat at a restaurant in English, I will know what to do.